Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to crochet an adult size beanie that doesn't have any bunch on top. So if you've ever made a normal beanie and you found the extra fabric on top annoying, then you should really try out this beanie. Not only is it quick to work up, but it's actually very easy and beginner friendly. And I'll be teaching you guys step by step how to make a perfect beanie for yourself or your loved ones, because we're obviously in gifting season, and trust me, this is going to make a very beautiful and thoughtful gift. Now let's get into materials. And for materials, I'll be making use of a 5-ply mule cotton yarn, a 5mm hook, measuring tape, and stitch markers. Now let's get into the tutorial. To begin, start by making a slip knot. Now you're going to go ahead and make enough chains that measure up to 12 inches. I'm done with mine. I did a total of 47 chains and this measures 12 inches. Now chain 1 extra, and you're going to skip this chain that you just made and go into the very next chain, and to do that, yarn over and insert your hook into the chain, yarn over, pull through. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the 3 loops you have on your hook. Now we are going to make 1/2 double crochet in each of these chains till we have 8 chains remaining. So I've made 1/2 double crochet into each chain till I had 8 chains remaining. In total, I made 39 double crochet. Now we're going to start working on the top part of our beanie. Into the next chain, place a slip stitch, and to do that, insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, then pull through the loop on your hook. So once you've done this, place a stitch marker into that first slip stitch you just made. This is going to make your work more easier. And once you've done that, make 1 slip stitch into the remaining 7 chains. And that's it for row 1. Now for row 2, you're going to chain up 1, and from now till we're done with the body of our beanie, we're going to be working in the back loop only. So turn your work, and you're going to skip this chain 1 you just made. This is going to be our starting chain, and go into the very next stitch, and we're going to be working in the back loop. So the back loop is this side of this V that is not directly facing you. So I am seated like this, and that means this is my front loop and this is my back loop. So insert your hook into the back loop and make a slip stitch. So now you're going to make one slip stitch into the next 7 stitches. And make sure you work in the back loop only. I'm at my last stitch, that's my 8th stitch. I'm going to place my last slip stitch. So remove your stitch marker from the previous row and place it on the last slip stitch you make for this row. Now we're going to make 1/2 double crochet into the remaining stitches, and would also be working in the back loop only. So I've worked till I got to the very last stitch on this row. I like to place my last half double crochet for each row into the stitch, like underneath the stitch. I don't place my last half double crochet into the back loop because I feel like it just gives the bottom a very nice finish. So just insert your hook like normal into your last stitch and make your half double crochet. You can still choose to place your half double crochet stitch into the back loop. It really doesn't matter. This is just my own preference. Now for row 3, chain up 1 and turn your work. And we're going to make 1/2 double crochet into each of the stitches till we get to our stitch marker here. So now, when you get to where you place your stitch marker, remove it, and we're going to place a slip stitch into the back loop of that stitch. Then place your stitch marker into the stitch that you just made. That is your first slip stitch for this row. And we're going to place one slip stitch in the back loop of the next 3 stitches. So in total for this row you should have 4 slip stitches. So I'm done with mine. Chain up 1, turn your work, and you're going to make 1 slip stitch into each of the stitches till you get to the stitch where you placed your stitch marker. That's your first slip stitch from the previous row. Remember to work in the back loop only. So take out your stitch marker from the previous row and place it on the last slip stitch for this row. And from here onwards, we're going to make 1/2 double crochet in each of the stitches till we get to the very last stitch. So I've made my 1/2 double crochet till I got to the very last stitch here. I would place my last 1/2 double crochet underneath this V. And that's it for row 4. Now for row 5, chain up 1 and turn your work. And we're going to make 1/2 double crochet into each of the stitches till we get to where we place our stitch marker. So I've worked till I got to my stitch marker, and now we're going to do something a bit different. Remove your stitch marker and place your slip stitch into the back loop like normal. After doing that, place your stitch marker into the very first slip stitch on this row. So now place a slip stitch into the next 3 chains from the previous row. Should have a total of 4 slip stitches made. And now we're going to move to the second row here, and we're going to place 1 slip stitch into the 4 slip stitches that we skipped while making our third row. Make sure you work in the back loop only. This might be a bit hard for you to pass your hook into, but just try so you don't have lesser stitches by the end of the row. And that's it for row 5. Now for row 6, chain up 1 and turn your work. And now we're going to make 1 slip stitch into each of the stitches till we get to where we placed our stitch marker. You should have a total of 8 slip stitches made. Remember to work in the back loop only. And once you place your last slip stitch, remove your stitch marker and place it into that stitch. From here onwards, we're going to make 1/2 double crochet into each of the stitches till we get to our last stitch for this row. And that's it for row 6. So from here onwards, you're going to repeat rows 3 to 6 till this can wrap around your head when stretched out a bit. And for this part, you would need to take the measurement of the circumference of your head. I'll be leaving a diagram that illustrates how to do that. I got the diagram from Pinterest, it's not mine, And I would also leave standard measurements for adult sized beanie. So do that and we'll need to couple the entire piece together. So guys, this is mine. I did a total of 39 rows and it measures 18 inches when not stretched out, but this can stretch to 22 inches and even more. I'm okay with the measurements, so this is where I would stop making my rows. To fasten off, chain up one and cut. Now we're going to attach our beanie together. In order to attach this, we're going to work on the sides first, and we'll be doing that with slip stitches. So you're going to pick up your work and make sure you're working on the side that has the foundation chain. Insert your hook into the very first stitch here at the bottom and pick up the other side of your beanie. And you're going to insert your hook into the very first stitch at the bottom as well, but we'll be inserting into the back loop only. Attach your yarn. You can tie this up to secure. Then go back into the same stitches. Yarn over and chain up one. So now into the next stitch on the side, you're going to insert your hook, then insert your hook into the back loop of the next stitch on this other side of the beanie. You're going to make a slip stitch. So we're going to repeat this till we get to the top of our beanie. So insert your hook into the next stitch here and into the back loop of the opposite stitch on the other panel. So I've made my slip stitches till I got to the very last stitch on top. Now chain up one and fasten off. Try and leave like a long tail before you cut, as this is what we're going to be using to sew the top of our beanie. So this is mine. Now you're going to go in with your darning needle. So you're going to pass the long tail you left out into your darning needle. And we're going to start sewing up the top of our beanie. This is actually quite easy. All I'll do is to just pass my needle into the top of the bumpy areas of the beanie. As you do that, tug on your yarn. So once you've gone round, you're going to pull this tightly. So you might see notice a very tiny hole on top. So you can actually just sew this randomly to close it off. Now, cut off your loose end And just for more safety, I would still tie this up. So this is the one I just cut off, and this is the loose end I have from the last row I made for the body of my beanie. So I'm going to tie both of them together. If you have a lighter, you can go in with your lighter and burn this off to make it more tight. And that was it for the beanie. Go ahead and hide your loose end, and you're going to turn your work to the front. And your beanie is ready to be slayed. It was nice teaching you guys this tutorial. I really hope you loved it. And if you ever get to create this beanie, I'd love to see pictures of your work. You can send pictures of your work to me through any of my social media platforms. It will really make my day. And please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment, and also share to your family and friends as well. And this is where we're going to end the tutorial. Bye, and see you guys in another video soon.